Hey folks, if you've watched any of my videos before that I am retired, and what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel is shine a light on the path for those of you that want to retire early. I retired at 54. Hey, some of you are, are overachievers retiring at 34, 44, and 54 is pretty early. May seem late to you, but it's pretty darn early compared to the vast majority of people. So, and it's not like it's a competition, folks. This is what's the right timing for you. There's a ton of paths to this FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. Some people want to call it just financial independence, whatever. Um, but it's going to that new chapter of life that is you living out your dreams, spending your time on purpose on what you want to do on purpose, okay, and not feeling a victim or tied to some job that you don't like. Not saying jobs are bad, but if it's bad for you, it's bad, right? So, hey, my journey, I don't really think it's that exciting. I did it the old-fashioned way. I spent 32 years at one company. I started off as an engineer, and I ended up having 14 different jobs at this company. Getting promoted, moved, tried new things. I never had a job more than like 4 years because I liked going in, driving change, established in stability, establishing a team around that, and then moving on to the next challenge. That's just what I did. You know, what I found on that journey, and this is what's important, this and one of the critical messages I want to get out in this video. I found that my passion was in building leaders. I loved, um, you know, uh, moving up in the company and having larger and larger organizations. And I thought my passion was, I just want to keep moving up and, be a vice president or president someday. Just that organizational power was my original thought, when I was, 25, 30, 35. And I'm telling you, that's wrong. What I've learned as I matured was that I got the most joy out of developing people. Finding people that were, I call them diamonds in a rough, people with some, rough edges that needed to be polished out. Give them some experiences, give them some personal coaching, very candid, set up a structure for them to thrive, sometimes fail, reflect. That's what I truly love doing is helping people. And if I would have decided at the age of 30 what I wanted to be doing when I'm 57, like I am currently, I would have been wrong. So, part of my advice is, have a lot of life experiences to determine what your gift is, what your gift to humanity is, what your passion is. And, a lot of times you're going to be wrong if you have to pick that before you're 40. That may not be what some of you want to hear, but that was definitely my path. So I'm not saying that's my path's right, my path's better. I'm just saying my path, I determined what my gift and passion was a little bit later in life. Um, so make sure that you have enough life experiences to determine what your gift to the world is. That's my advice number one. Um, yeah. So advice number two, and this is actionable as well, is people are wanting a real short, 1 minute conversation on, hey Joe, what's the secret to success? And you're like, oh my gosh, that's complicated. But I've whittled it down, and the last, I would say, 15 years, I've given the same response, and I thought I would share it here. The secret to success is to give 20% more than is expected. 20% more than is expected. So many people, folks, in their jobs, and I've had a lot of people work in my organizations and worked around a lot of people over my 34-year total career. The vast majority of people, they're looking to do the minimum. They're looking to put in their 8 hours, do the minimum. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying they do the minimum. They come in, work the 8 hours, they go home. They do what they're told to do. That's the vast majority of people. There's also a large group of people that, do average, and average isn't bad, and there's a few people that do 5, 6, 10% more. But if you do 20% more than is expected, you will outshine everyone. You will get more done. You will get more results, and more opportunity will be presented to you by doing 20% more than is expected. It's really not that hard. I'd say very early in my career, one of the things I did, I read this, okay? Um, I read 10%, and I've actually modified it to 20%, just to be honest. And I said, everybody leaves work at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to work till 4:40 every day. So just work an extra 40 minutes every single day. And you do that for 6 months, you're going to get an enormous amount of work done. It's non-meeting time, so you're working on your agenda. It's not confounded by a lot of other things. It's very efficient time, that additional 40 minutes. I think that was what's the right word? A tipping point for my career when I said, I want to do better. And one of the ways to do better is to do, 20% more. So when somebody asks you for a report and analysis on something, do 20% more. Make the report a little bit longer, do a deep internet search, add some pictures, add some graphs, add some data, do some personal interviews. What can you do? In my consulting business, I get paid to go to plants and work with their leadership team and coach them on reliability and maintenance best practices. I coach on manufacturing best practices, production, a lot of things, how to be more effective as a lead team. But all of my phone calls, all of my emails, and everything I put out here on YouTube, I do for free. I don't charge for that, and I give an enormous amount of time. It's a lot more than 20% that I'm just giving away. The people that I'm typically interacting with, they can't afford a high priced, consultant. They just can't, but, I love helping them, that's my gift to you. But also there's a percentage of those folks that I'm hoping down the road will say, now I am in a position to hire a consultant. I'm in a bigger job now. My company can afford it, something like that. And I may give Joe a call because, he got me where I am today. That's the given 20% more. And I think if you talk to entrepreneurs that, starting a business, they'll reflect back on some similar advice on, how to give much more value to the customer than they expect. And when I'm helping people for free, they're just shocked. They're shocked that I help for free. This YouTube channel, I get about 50 comments and emails a day. I respond to every one of them. Now, some of them I just give a like to if they didn't really ask a question. But if you ask a question or you want an example, I'm still responding to 100% of those. And that to me is giving 20% more. And it's kind of a lifestyle, So in all your endeavors, your marriage, your friendships, your work, your faith life, if you want to be successful, what does 20% more look like? So that's my gift to you here. The first advice, if you remember, was, create enough life experiences so you know what your gift to the world is. And for me, I would have been wrong if I would have done that at 35. So this is Joe out.